in autopilot. The very first thing is that there is no filtering system. What does that mean? When my students go and without buying my course, of course, without meeting me before, what they do is they run an ad, let's say on one of the free freelancer websites. They run an ad that they want to hire a virtual assistant. And, maybe 25, 30 people respond. They'll talk to them, each one maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, get on the phone with them, whatever, ask them a couple of questions. And then they'll just hire someone because he or she is saying the right things, and maybe their English is excellent, whatever. And so what happens is that they hire that person, they invest a lot of time into that person, they put a lot of money into that person, and then 3 weeks later, 3 months later, that person gets fired or quits because they're not producing anything, right? And that's a really big hard thing, because not only have you invested your time, not only have you paid someone else, not only have you had to give your trade secrets up, but that individual didn't produce you any monetary benefits. So you're out of money. And that's really hard because it's emotionally draining and financially draining. And that's one of the main reasons that my students say, oh man, the VAs don't work. The reason is they didn't filter them. They didn't filter them to get the most motivated VAs. For example, when I buy houses from home sellers, I only deal with motivated sellers because those are the only ones that I can buy their house at 60 cents on a dollar. Those are the only ones that I can do a what I call equity maximizer program with them. Those are the only ones I can do a subject to or owner financing with them. And the rest I don't mess with. So my system does massive filtering for me. Okay. And the biggest mistakes that I see real estate agents and real estate investors do when they hire VAs, they don't filter them enough. Okay. And their filtering system, the ones they do is their own time and energy. So they're putting a lot of time. So let's say they post an ad on Upwork or one of those free sites, and 30 people apply, and they spend 10 minutes or 30 minutes talking to each one or interviewing them. Well, that's like a lot of times gone by. You haven't even hired someone. You spend a lot of time and energy talking to a lot of people, and some of them they want to work or do the stuff that you were saying, or they were not even qualified. So, what I've done in my VA Exponential, which is a advanced virtual assistant training course for entrepreneurs and real estate agents and investors, is almost 8 hours long. It goes into there's the part two section, which is all dedicated to filtering, where I have created a bunch of hoops that you just copy and paste, and those VAs have to jump to different hoops. And if they don't jump through those hoops for you, then their range of motivation is not enough for me to hire them. And I don't recommend, my students to do that either. Okay. So that's one of the great things with my VA book. It has a filtering system in it, and it's like a copy and paste. Just like many of you that took Flipping Wednesdays, you know how great it works. It generates motivated sellers in your backyards for free versus paying hundreds of dollars. It's just a copy and paste job. Okay. And it's very simple, where you can plug the Flipping Wednesdays with a virtual assistant and generate your business, if you're an agent, if you're an investor, or even an entrepreneur, hundreds and thousands of dollars. Okay, while only paying a virtual assistant 75 cents, 75 cents an hour, which is roughly about 30 bucks, 33 bucks a week. In other words, $120 a month. Okay. So the very crucial thing for failure is what? No filtering. Now, the second reason why most of my students, or why you out there, are not making money with virtual assistants is that, let me get a little tea. You guys or girls don't have the skills. For example, I've seen investors hire VAs and say, okay, do cold calling for me. Okay. And that VA go out there and cold call for them, and they never produce anything. They never produce any leads. And then the question is, I asked the student, okay, do you know how to do cold calling? No, I'm not that good. That's why I let the VA do it. Well, that's what one of the problem is, because if you don't know how to do something correctly, when you hire someone, what you're doing is you're exponentially creating chaos. So again, you're exponentially creating chaos, which costs a lot of time and energy and money for you. So do not ever delegate a task to a virtual assistant that is making less than $1 an hour for you in the Philippines or in India on a job that you don't know how to do yourself. Because if you don't know how to do it, there's no reason to delegate it or no reason to hire someone else to do it. Because one great example is, if you don't know how to make a recipe for a successful, um, delicious dinner, then if you delegate it to some guy in the Philippines, he probably doesn't know how to make the recipe that you want in your brain either. Okay. So the very first thing is to scrub the toilets so you can learn the recipe, how long it takes to scrub the toilet, so you can make the ingredients and then let someone run off with it. That's why my Flipping Wednesdays, which teaches you how to find motivated sellers in your backyard, it's so great to give it to a VA because it's already systemized. There's an ingredient already in. There's a proven ingredient. I had a student named Ken um, join my mastermind. He just downloaded the Flipping Wednesdays. In 48 hours, he finds 6 motivated sellers totally for free. Totally for free. He didn't spend any money. He didn't have to do no bandit signs, no direct mail, none of that stuff, guys. Now imagine he scrubbed the toilet. He found 6. He knew that in 48 hours, in 2 days, you could find this many motivated sellers. Now, if he gives the same task to a VA and they don't produce as much, then he knows, hey, this VA is not a good VA, because she could do the same results and he got his own results. So now he has something to compare it with. Going back to lead generation, if you do X or Y, like cold calling, you know that in a day you'll get X many potentials. And if your VA is not getting any, then guess what? He or she's not performing right. And, you know, you didn't do a good job filtering them and interviewing process of a virtual assistant. Okay. Now, the third reason why a lot of my students fail with virtual assistants is they don't have systems in place. Okay. And what do I mean by that? If I like to talk about virtual assistants being an assembly worker, like on Henry Ford's assembly line. So the line's going like this, and there's one guy just doing one thing. That's all he does. And you should look at virtual assistants the same way. Just because you pay someone so much less money, like $1, and they could be super smart, it's not wise to have them to do 4 or 5 different job tasks. Okay, because it confuses them. It takes a long time for them to learn the job task, and it's not the best bang for your money. The best thing to do is give one virtual assistant one job and let them become a master of that one job. All they do is that one job for you. They don't do 10 different jobs. Now, guys, this is just what I just mentioned to you are just the tip of the iceberg where why I see 99% or 90% of people with virtual assistants fail is those three. The other 99% of all the crucial information is in my VA course. Okay, it's an advanced course. No one in America that I know of has more experience with virtual assistants than me. I've been doing this since 1999, from software programmers to cold callers to support to customer service, you name it. Okay, and I package it all in a 7-hour course for you called my VA Exponential. It's a video training. Plus, I give you all the paperwork. For example, the contract you need, the agreements you need to have with the virtual assistants. Now, I would look at that for example. I wouldn't use it as a legal paper, but that's what I've used in my business. Okay, but I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just giving you as an example. I've also included my handbook. What is a handbook? For example, if you get a job at McDonald's and Subway, that's why they're so powerful because they have systems. I've given you the handbooks, what needs to be done in every job site. All you got to do is just copy what I've done and give it to your VA. It's as simple as that. Because knowing exactly what to do in a handbook system is why people buy franchises like Blimpies and McDonald's. And you get to have my handbook um, in my VA Exponential. So the VA exponential is not only a 7 hour or almost 8 hour full day advanced training on how to hire VAs, how to filter VAs, how to have them jump through hoops, but it also has all the paperwork, like the manuals, like the job contract with the VAs that lets them know, how we pay them, what the bonuses are, when they get paid, what is their job duties, from the manual to the agreement. So this is a fully turnkey, revolutionary idea that I haven't seen anyone do it. Now, there's a lot of guys that came after me that I brought VAs up and doing it, but I can guarantee you, no one has managed my moving company. At any time, I would have 27 to 33 virtual assistants working for me at one time. And then I had three companies, ladies and gentlemen. So you can just add the numbers up, okay? Each company had virtual assistants, okay? For my moving company or my real estate company, we had virtual assistants that answered the phones, that dealt with renters, that dealt with recruiting real estate agents, that dealt with so many different aspects of the business, from my moving business to my real estate investor business to my brokerage business, when I had those. So VAs are very, very powerful. Anyone that tells you they're not is an idiot. Okay, but now if you don't know how to structure, you don't have work task form like I give you in my course, if you don't have um, manuals like I give you, if you don't know how to filter them, if you don't have all the 25 years experience, I'll let you download it in my VA exponential, then of course you're gonna fail, dude. Okay, 9 out of 10 of you guys are gonna fail. If you had VAs already and you're paying them more than $1 an hour, you've already failed, dude, because you're paying them way too much. Now, if they were working for you for 5 years, okay, no big deal. But if you have a VA right now and you're paying them more than $1 an hour, trust me, you've already failed. Okay, because in my VA book, we teach you how to get cream of the crop for 75 cents an hour, which is roughly $33 a week for them to work 40 hours for you, man. $33 a week for them to work 40 hours for you. So if you're already paying a VA $3, $5, then you're already fucked up. I'm sorry to say that. Okay. Number two, if you had VAs and you've been burned because you just put your time and money into it and you didn't make any money, that's because you didn't get my book. Okay. It's not a book, it's a training course with all the paperwork you need to just clone my systems and give it to your VAs. It's as simple as that, dude. Okay. Copy and paste job. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have a VA, how much do you pay them? Click the like button, share this message, because as an entrepreneur, if you're a real estate investor, you're an agent, you're just own a construction business, car dealership, dentist, doesn't matter. Having virtual assistants will exponentially grow your business. And that's why Amazon has virtual assistants in Philippines. That's why T-Mobile, that's why all these Fortune 500 companies are already doing it. Why shouldn't you do it as a small business owner? And that's what I brought to you. Since 1999, I've been working with virtual assistants. I package it up in a video training with paperwork, with manuals, with job tasks. You don't have to think, you just have to follow the game plan, and you will be able to hire VAs that are going to make you a significant amount of money if you put it into action. If you don't put it into action, nothing's going to work, guys. Thanks for watching Hustle and Bustle. See ya. Oh, by the way, guys, I got 4 units left at the 325 price versus the course is normally 1,500 bucks. So again, the course is 1,500. I got 3 or 4. I can't remember because I got a sell coming in. 3 or 4 left at the 325. Let's assume there's only 3 left, guys, because I do think I did get a sell when I was doing this video right now. All right, guys, where can you get it? MrNoFluff.com. MrNoFluff.com. What is it called? The VA Exponential. It says VA X to the 2. Why does it say that? Because it's going to exponentially grow your business. Imagine spending $120 a month to have a full-time worker work 40 hours a week for you, 8 hours a day, and then growing your business by generating leads for you, answering your phone calls, doing your social media marketing, so on and so on. And I show you how to do it, how I've done it. And I just